Majority of the travelers fly into Bhutan from Bangkok, New Delhi or other cities connected by Druk Air. This is the best way to save your travel time. You can also have an option to enter Bhutan by land through India-Bhutan border, towns such as Phuntsholing, Gyaliphu and Samdup Jongkhar. You can choose one of our small group journeys based on your interest. These are well-planned trips with set dates that usually incorporate 1 or 2 festivals. The groups are very small so as to make it friendly, to keep it personal, etc. We can also have a trip customized based on your interest and requirement. For that you can call or email us with the dates of travel, duration and your interest, and we'll work with you to create the trip that you like. Druk Air operates one daily flight to and from Bangkok, and therefore it's easier to plan your trip from Bangkok knowing that there will be at least one flight a day. There are about 3-4 flights per week from Delhi, Kolkata in India and from Kathmandu in Nepal. Seasonal flights also operate to Paro from Gaya and Bagdogra in India and Dhaka in Bangladesh. Druk Air has 2 aircraft by Airbus 319. There are 12 business class seats on each of this flight. All Druk Air flight bookings are centralized in Bhutan. Druk Air keeps changing their booking rules, so you should not be surprised if it changes again. As of now, if your travel date is within 1 month, you have to purchase the ticket. You cannot book and hold it. For travel date beyond 1 month, you can book and hold the seats up to 2 weeks. Each passenger is permitted 20 kilos or 44 pounds, 2-piece luggage as a check-in and 1 hand carry or a cabin bag. Sometimes laptops are not considered a cabin baggage, so you can carry that in addition. 10 extra kilos are permitted for those traveling on business class. For excess baggage, passenger may be charged based on extra weight on a kilo basis. This can range between $2 to $5 depending on the sectors. If you are traveling as a tourist to Bhutan with us or other tour operator, visa process is quite simple for you. You simply have to send us a copy of your passport, either by scanning or taking a digital photo and emailing it, or even fax, or even by snail mail, and we take care of the rest for you. As your travel time approaches, we will send you this visa clearance letter along with your final document that includes detailed itinerary, local contact addresses and other useful information such as checklist and so forth. This is emailed to you in a printable format, so you can print and bring a copy with you. Okay. You will need to show this copy of visa at the time of boarding the Druk Air flight and also upon arrival in Bhutan. Based on it, your passport will be then stamped. The cost of the visas are all included as a part of your tour. Bhutanese embassies outside Bhutan do not issue visa for travel into Bhutan. All your permits, including those that include visiting restricted areas, as long as your itinerary covers it, are obtained by your local tour operator in Bhutan. It will be handed over to your guide and he or she will show it as and when demanded by the local authorities. Yes, you may extend your itinerary even upon reaching Bhutan. Extension of itinerary means an extension of a trip in Bhutan, and in such case one pays the full tariff on the actual number of the nights extended, plus the visa extension fee, and accordingly we have to change your departure flight. Individual travel is also possible in Bhutan with additional surcharge and single room supplements. They are not that expensive. Usually if you are a single traveler, usually it amounts to about $40 a night extra in addition to your single room supplement. In Bhutan, all guides speak excellent English. English is a medium of instructions in the schools. Guides are trained and certified by Department of Tourism or Tourism Council of Bhutan. With Windhorse, in addition to qualification and experience, our guides are chosen also for their good nature, friendliness, flexibility, and their passion for the job. All of us, the partners in the business, are also guides, and most of us have been guiding for over 10 years, and I can proudly say that with good track records. From your arrival till the end of the tour, one guide and a driver stays with you the whole time unless you specifically ask us to change. In recent times, Bhutan has started having quite a bit of choice. For those wishing to stay in luxury type resorts, there are less but still few to choose from. Hotels like Aman Group have properties in most of the tourist locations. Taj Tashi in Thimphu, Uma Resort and Shiwaling in Paro are liked by most, and few more are coming up as I speak. For those on standard tours, the regular tourist standard hotels are generally of 3-star type or similar. The rooms are spacious, clean, with traditional decor. Places like Paro, Thimphu, Punakha and Bumthang have more choice in terms of hotels as there are more tourists staying here. Windhorse has really good business relationship with all the hotels in Bhutan. We have really worked hard in the last 12 years or so to make this great relationship possible. If you are booking a standard tour, we have some of the preferred hotels in each area. They are generally the best because we choose them based on their location, amenities, food quality and services. Most of the hotels in Bhutan are small and run by family, hence their services change over the period of time. Every year, there are a few additions. Some of the older ones also upgrade and update. So accordingly, we inspect each of these properties and put some of them in our preferred list. However, if you have your own preference, we can certainly accommodate your request. For groups, we generally use Toyota Coaster Bus or Toyota Van, which are also called Hiace. Both Toyota Van and the Coaster buses have their seats removed. So in order to allow more leg room, Toyota Van seats up to 6 passengers comfortably, excluding the guide and the driver. Small SUV sports utility vehicles such as Hyundai Santa Fe or Tucson and Toyota vans are provided for individual travelers. In a regular tour, typically all meals in Bhutan are included. Meals are generally included in the hotels and lodges where you spend a night. However, our guide can also offer you choices to try out in some local restaurants. Only some hotels or restaurants in Thimphu and Paro can provide a choice from their menu. In most other places, meals are served as a buffet with wide variety of dishes. Unless you are trekking for regular land touring, altitude sickness or AMS as it's called, is not an issue in Bhutan. In the last 12 years of our operation, we've not had any major altitude issues where a guest was sick or hospitalized. However, for trekking in Bhutan, altitude sickness can be a problem. One must be an experienced trekker and have good knowledge of altitudes. If a symptom of AMS or altitude sickness is seen on a trekker, we immediately try to move them to a lower altitude. Where it is not possible, we also have pressurized altitude bags or chambers for temporary relief, and then we evacuate them. Good acclimatization and drugs like Diamox is used by trekkers to prevent altitude sickness. Only few places in Bhutan will accept credit cards, like some luxury hotels and some gift shops. Other than these, you cannot use your credit card in Bhutan as of now. So you certainly need to bring some cash or traveler's checks. US dollars and euro cash are easier to exchange everywhere, whereas traveler's checks may only be exchanged in some hotels or banks. On a standard tour that includes everything, you don't need to bring very much cash. The money you really need is for your bar, beverages and some tips. you will get by with approximately around $10 per person per day. The other incidental expenses that you may incur would be like phone calls or laundry or gift purchases. Most foreign currency can be exchanged into local Bhutanese ngultrams. You may exchange currency at the airport or at your hotel and also at the banks. Indian rupees are also a legal tender or currency in Bhutan and Nepal. However, you have to note that large bills like Indian bills like 500 and 1000 notes are not accepted in Bhutan. Nepali rupees is also not accepted in Bhutan. Tipping is not mandatory in Bhutan. It is beginning to be expected as an influence of tourism, of course. On your trip in Bhutan, there is usually one guide and a driver assigned to you throughout your visit. So the average recommended tip is around 5 to 10 per guide per day and about half for the driver as a group, not as an individual, but as a whole group you can share the tip. In most hotels and restaurants, service charges are included in the bill and paid for by your tour operator. In such hotels or restaurants, it is not necessary to tip, but if you like to, because you really appreciated their services, then we recommend around 10 to 20%. For someone who brings your luggage into your room, you may tip about $1 or $2. All tour operators in Bhutan accept payments via wire transfer. Normally you pay for Druke tickets first, and then later, as the tour gets closer, you pay for the land cost in advance. Once the payment is received by the tour operator, your visas are cleared and sent to you by email. With Windhorse, we have made it much easier. First, you make a deposit of $200 per person at the time of booking using credit card, checks, or through direct deposit such as wire transfer. We will start making all the arrangements, including purchase of Druke tickets, booking hotels, and so forth. We will send you your Druke e-tickets and also the invoice. First, you reimburse the cost of Druke tickets, and around 60 days prior to your trip, you make the final payment. In individual cases, you may also choose to pay the portion of the payment upon arrival. For more frequently asked questions, since we are not able to cover in this video, you can visit our website and find all the answers on our website there. If you do not find any information that you're looking for, you can always email or call us, and we'll be happy to provide. Thank you.